Hi everyone. In this video, we'll go through a topic on percentage profit and loss. Here we will cover introduction to percentage and conversions from fractions, decimals, ratio to percentage and vice versa. Now, what is a percentage? What is the use of percentage? Let's discuss about it. Now, let's take an example. Say we have two people, Anita and Rita, and their report cards are given here, right? So Anita has scored 300 out of 400, right? Total marks is 400, out of which she has scored 300 marks. And Rita, she has scored 350 marks out of 500, right? Now, who has scored more? How do you say who has scored more? How do you say that, right? Can you say that Rita has scored more because she has scored 350? Or can you say Anita has scored more because out of 400 she has scored 300, while Rita has scored 350 out of 500, right? It is difficult to say because here it is out of 400 and here it is out of 500. So it is difficult to say who has scored better. Now that's why this concept of percentage has come up. Percentage means per 100, for 100, right? So now here the total marks is 400 and here total marks is 500. It is difficult to compare now. But if you say that I'll try to find out Rita's marks for 100, how much has Rita scored for 100 and how much has Anita scored for 100, right? So now both are common. The total marks here and total marks here is same. So now if we find the marks scored out of 100 for both Anita and Rita, it will be easy to compare. It will be easy to compare because it's the same scale, same total marks here. Now, how do we find this number? How do we find this number, right? That is where percentage comes to use. A percentage is a method where you define a common measure, which is 100, to compare different kinds of quantities. Now it is here in this case it's marks. It can be height, it can be weight, it can be population, it can be number of people. All of these measurements or comparisons, if we have to do, we should have a common measure, right? And that's where this 100 is used as a common number. So percent means per centum. Per centum. This is a Latin word. Per centum. Centum means 100. Per means each. For every 100. Per 100. So the way we write percentages, you write it as by 100, right? And the symbol for percentage is this one. 2 circles and a slanting line in between. 2 circles and a slanting line in between denotes a percentage. Now, how do we find this particular number? So what we do is, we multiply this entire thing with 100. We multiply this entire thing with 100. Now, let's say Anita's marks is 300 by 400. Now you multiply this entire thing by 100. So what will happen? You will be left with 300 by 4, which is 4 ones are 4 sevens are 28, 75. So you'll get 75. And you put percent symbol here, 75%. What about Rita? Rita, I will write it as 350 by 500, right? And you multiply by 100. So what do you get? So 5 ones are 5 sevens are. So it's 70 and then you put the percent symbol, 70%. So what is the number that we got for Anita? So for Anita, we got 75%. So 75 by 100. For Rita, we got 70%. That is 70 by 100. So we got 70 by 100 for Rita and 75 by 100. Now, it's easy, right? We can say who has scored better. Anita has scored better. 75. 75 is greater than 70. So obviously, Anita has scored better. So now we see the advantage or usage of percentage, right? Now, instead of writing 70 by 100, I can write this as 70%. Here I can write as 75%. Because percent is by 100. Some number by 100 is percent. Some number by 100 is percent. 75 by 100 is 75%. 70 by 100 is 70%. We should be able to convert fractions to percentage, decimals to percentage, ratio to percentage, and vice versa. That is, we should be able to convert percentage to ratio, percentage to decimal, percentage to fraction. Now, before we look at the conversions, right, let's recall fractions, decimals, and ratio. Let's recall these concepts at a high level. What is a fraction? Fraction is a part by whole, right? Suppose I have a circular plate, right? And I have divided the plate into 7 parts. I've divided the plate into 7 parts, right? Like this. So total parts is 7. And if I have to find number of shaded parts, how many shaded parts are here? So there are 2 shaded parts, right? Shaded in yellow color. There are 2 shaded parts. If I have to write this in the fraction, how would I do this? I will write as 2 shaded parts, right? Out of, we have 7 total parts. So this is what is called as fraction. This is nothing but 2 by 7. The 7 is the whole. So this complete circle, the 7 parts together form the circular plate. So that's why this is called as whole. And these are just parts, 2 parts out of total 7 parts. So this is nothing but fraction. Now what is decimal, right? Decimal is any number where there is a decimal point, such as 0.01, 0.05. So all these are decimal numbers. Now, if I give a fraction, say I give 2 by 7, how do I write it in the decimal form? Simply by division, right? We use a division. So what will happen here? 0, you get 2. Now I put a decimal point because I can't get 2 from 7 tables, right? Can I get 2 from 7 tables? No. So I put a decimal point and put a 0 here. Now, how many times it will go? It will go 2 times. 7 2s are 14. I'll be left with 6. Now, again, 6 doesn't go in 7 tables. So I'll put another 0 here. Because I put a decimal point here, I can put a 0 here, right? So 60. How many times it will go? 8 times, right? 7 8s are 56, right? 4. Now I can keep on continuing like this. I can add another 0 and keep on continuing like this, right? Until I get a remainder as 0. Or I stop it at 2 decimal places. What is 2 by 7? 2 by 7 is nothing but 0.28. So this is in the decimal form. Now what is ratio? Ratio is of the form P is to Q. That is something like this. 3 is to 4, 5 is to 6, 7 is to 8. These are ratios. Say for example, in a class of 50 students, right? In a class of 50 students, I say 20 are girls and 30 are boys. Now, if I have to write this in the form of ratio, how would I write it? I would say 20 girls is to 30 boys. This is the ratio. That is, in a class of 50 students, have 20 girls and 30 boys. And then further, I can simplify it. That is, I can make the numbers more smaller. How? 20 is to 30, I can write it as 20 by 30. And I can make the numbers small by cancelling it. So, 5 4s are 5 6s are 2 2s are 2 3s are. So, I'll get as 2 by 3, right? And then I will write it in the form of ratio. 2 is to 3. So, I can say ratio of girls versus boys in the class of 50 students, the ratio is 2 is to 3. In a class of 50 students, ratio of girls versus boys is 2 is to 3, right? So now we know what is a fraction, what is a decimal, and what is a ratio. Now let's get into the conversions. So let's take this particular example. Say we have 100 students in a class. We have 50 students with height of 110 centimeter. 30 students have a height of 120 centimeter and 20 students have height of 130 centimeter. Now, how do we write this in the form of fraction? Total students is 100. So we'll always have to write 100 in the denominator because total students, this is whole, right? Fraction is part by whole. The total is 100 here. And out of this 100, 50 students have 110 centimeter height. So I'll put 50 here. So this is going to be 50 out of 100, right? Similarly, the second one, 30 students out of 100. Third one, 20 students out of 100. So we've got all these three in fraction. Now we'll write the same thing in decimal. How do we write the same thing in decimal? We'll have to take this fraction and divide it. We have 50 by 100. We'll write it in the decimal form. How would we do that? Right? 5 1s are 5 2s are, we get half. Now we have to write half in the decimal form. When you divide, what do you get? You get 0.5. You'll get 0.5. This is 0.5. What is 30 by 100? 30 by 100? 30 by 100 is 3 by 10. And that is nothing but, when you divide, what do you get? You'll get 0.3. When you divide, right, 3 by 10, you'll get 0.3. I'll put a decimal point, put a 0. So it will be 3 times 30. 0. So 0.3. So this is 0.3. Now what is 20 by 100? 20 by 100 is 2 1s are 2 5s are. I'll get 1 by 5. What is 1 by 5 when I divide? 1 by 5 is 0.2. 0.2. Now if I have to write the same thing in percentage, what do I have to do? I have to multiply by 100, right? You have to multiply by 100. What you have to multiply by 100? Fraction, right? So we can take the fraction and multiply by 100. What is the fraction? 50 by 100 into 100. So what's going to happen? I'll get 5. I'll get 50%, right? I'll get 50 and then I have to put percent symbol. Now let's go for the second example. Here it's going to be 30 by 100. 30 by 100 into 100. I cancel this. I'll get 30. Then I put the percent symbol. Third one is 20 by 100. 20 by 100, I multiply by 100. What happens? 0 and 0 will get cancelled. I'll be left with 20 and then I put the percent symbol, 20%. So we've got the fractions into percentage. Let's convert decimal into percentage. Decimal into percentage, right? How will you do that? Simply multiply with 100, right? We'll take decimal and multiply with 100. We took the fraction and multiplied with 100. Similarly, we'll take decimal and multiply with 100. So I'll get 0.5 into 100, which is 50. 50 and then put percent symbol, right? Similarly, I'll do 0.3 into 100. So I'll get 30. 0.3 into 100 is 30%. Now I'll take this one, 0.2 into 100. So I'll get 20%. So now you notice we have converted fraction also to percentage and decimal also to percentage. We'll take some more examples. Here the total is 300. Earlier the total was 100, right? Now I've taken example of where total is 300. So what will happen? If I have to write this in fraction, I'll write 150 out of 300. This will be 125 out of 300. This will be 25 out of 300. I can further simplify this, right? I can write 150 by 300 as, cut this, it will become 15 ones are 15 twos. I'll get half, right? I can further write this as half. So now the second one I can write as 125 by 300. I can simplify it. 25 5s are 25 ones are 50, 25 twos are. So 5 by 12. I can write this as 5 by 12. And next one, 25 by 300. I can write this as 25 ones are 50, 12. So I'll get 1 by 12. I can write this as 1 by 12. Same thing if I have to write in decimal form, right? So what I'll do, I'll take 1 by 2. 1 by 2, I'll write it in the first one. 1 by 2, I'll write it in decimal form. 1 by 2 is 0.5. 1 by 2 is 0.5 if I divide. And 5 by 12. 5 by 12 is 0.41. And 1 by 12 is 0.08. So we have written these three in decimal form. Now what we will do, we'll convert fraction to percentage. We'll convert fractions to percentage. What we'll have to do, we'll have to take the fraction and multiply by 100. What is a fraction? 1 by 2 multiply by 100. So what do we get? 2 ones are 2 5s are 50. We get 50. Then put percent symbol. Now we'll take another one, 5 by 12. 5 by 12 multiply by 100. So what I will get? 5 by 12 into 100 would be 2 6s are 2 50s are 2 3s are 2 25s are. So it will be 125 by 3, which is 41.6%. 41.6%. Third one is 1 by 12. 1 by 12 multiply by 100. 1 by 12 multiply by 100. What does it give? 8.3 and then put percent symbol. Right? So is this clear? Now we'll try to do the same thing. Convert decimals to percentage. Decimals to percentage, again multiply by 100. Simple. 0.5 into 100 is 50%. Then put the percent symbol. Now 0.41 into 100, 41%. 0.08 into 100, 8%. Right? This is how we convert. So whenever you're converting fractions to percentage or decimals to percentage, multiply by 100. Multiply by 100. Basically, if I have to perform conversion of fractions into percentage, I have to multiply the fraction with 100 and put the percent symbol. Similarly, decimal also. I'll have to multiply the decimal with 100 and put percent symbol. Now, same thing we do with ratio also. With ratio, what we do, there is an additional step. I convert ratio to fraction first and then multiply fraction with 100 and put the percent symbol. Now, let's take few examples. Let's convert fractions to percentage. 2 by 5 is given, right? This is a fraction. I have to convert this to percentage. What do I have to do? I have to multiply with 100, right? And put percent symbol. That's all I have to do. So I'll do 2 by 5 into 100 is equal to 5 ones are, 5 20s are. I'll get 40 and put percent symbol. This is first one. Now let's work out the second one. Second one is again 5 by 8 multiply by 100 and put the percent symbol, right? So what we'll get? 4 2s are 20, 20, 25. So we'll get 125 by 2, right? Which is nothing but 62.5%. 62.5% is what we get. Now we'll go to third one. 1 by 3 we have. 1 by 3 multiply with 100, right? And that is nothing but 100 by 3. 100 by 3 is 33.33 and then put the percent symbol. Now let's take decimals and convert to percentage. Same thing we'll have to do. Multiply by 100 and put percent symbol, right? So 0.12 I multiply by 100. What do I get? I'll get 1200. Then you have 2 digits after the decimal point. So put decimal point after 2 digits. So I'll get 12%. Let's go to the second one. Again, I multiply 0.05 with 100. I'll get 5 into 100 is 500. I have to put decimal point after 2 digits. That is, I'll get 5.00, which is nothing but 5%. Third one, 1.25. I need to multiply with 100. So I'll get 125, 2 zeros I put, right? And then 2 digits after decimal point. So 2 digits, 1, 2 and decimal point. So what do I get? 125%. I put the percent symbol everywhere, right? Everywhere there is a percent symbol. Now similarly, if we have to convert ratio to percentage, we know, right, ratio is in this form. 1:5, 2:3, all these are ratios, right? Now here what we have to do is, first we have to convert ratio to fraction. Convert ratio to fraction, right? And then fraction to percentage. Fraction to percentage. So we'll have to convert ratio to fraction and fraction to percentage. 1:5 can be written as 1 by 5, correct? Now this became a fraction. Now I multiply with 100 and then put a percent symbol. This will be 5 ones are, 5 twos are 20. So this will be 20 and then I'll put the percent symbol. Similarly here, 2:3. I'll write it as 2 by 3. I'll write it as fraction. 2 by 3 into multiply with 100, right? So whatever I get, 200 by 3 is nothing but 66.66%. I put the percent symbol. The third example, 6:7. I'll write it as 6 by 7 into 100, right? 6 by 7 into 100 is equal to 85.7%. So ratio to percentage is nothing but convert ratio to fraction and then convert the fraction to percentage. Now, if percentage is given, how do we convert that into fractions, into decimals, into ratio, right? Now it's completely the opposite of what we did. Earlier we were trying to convert fraction to percentage, decimal to percentage, and ratio to percentage. Now we will do the opposite. We'll convert percentage to fraction, percentage to decimal, percentage to ratio. Now it's exactly the opposite process, right? Earlier we multiplied by 100, right? Everything we multiplied by 100, right? Everywhere we multiplied by 100, right? Now we'll do the opposite. Now we will divide by 100. We'll divide by 100. So say I have 30%. What I'll do? I'll just divide by 100. That's all. Forget the percent symbol. You will write 30% as 30 by 100. See, one more way. What is percent? Percent is per 100. Percent is per 100. That is per 100, right? By 100, per 100, by 100, right? Remember this. So if you have percent, you will have to write by 100. This is another way. Since you have percent here, you will write percent as by 100. So 30 by 100, which is nothing but 3 by 10, right? This is, you have converted percentage to fraction. Now, similarly, I'll take 50%. 50% will be per 100. Remember this, percentage is per 100 or by 100. By 100, per 100. All mean the same thing. So 50 by 100, which is nothing but 1 by 2. 5 ones are 5 twos are 1 by 2. Third one, right? Third one, 225% per 100 by 100. So 225 by 100. So the symbol should immediately tell you that I have to put per 100. I have to put by 100. The symbol itself should tell you I need to put by 100. So 225 by 100, which is nothing but 25 nines are 25 fours are. So 9 by 4. So we have converted percent to fraction. Now we will have to convert, say, the same percentage to decimal. How do I do to decimal? To get it into a decimal form, I need the fraction. From fraction, I'll get it to decimal. From fraction, I'll get it to decimal, right? Now, what I'll do, it's 3 by 10, right? If I divide 3 by 10, what I'll get? I'll get 3, put a decimal point and put a 0 here. 10, 3s are 30, right? Remainder is 0. So decimal is 0.3. Similarly, half is equal to 0.5, right? What is half? 0.5. I'll put 0 here, put a decimal point here. So 5 times. So 0.5. So now let's go to the third one. So let me divide 9 by 4. So 4, 9, 4 2s are 8, 1. I'll put a decimal point and get a 0 here, right? So 4, again 2s are 8, 2 remainder. Again, I'll put a 0 here because there's already decimal. I can put another 0 here. 4 5s are 20. Remainder is 0. So 2.25. 2.25. So we have converted percentage to decimal. Now, if I have to convert into ratio, the last one, if I have to convert percentage to ratio, what do I do? Again, I'll have to use the fraction itself. Fraction itself will give me the ratio. We need to convert percentage to ratio. What was the first one? 30%. And the fraction is 3 by 10. And second one, 50%, and fraction is 1 by 2. Third one is 225%, fraction is 9 by 4. Now we'll convert this to ratio. Simple. I will simply write 3 by 10 as 3 is to 10. 1 by 2 as 1 is to 2. And 9 by 4. 225% is 9 by 4. And 9 by 4 is 9 is to 4. That's all. Whenever you have to convert from percentage to fraction or decimal or ratio, fraction is very important. We have to get it in the fraction form. From the fraction will come decimal. From the fraction will come ratio. And converting from percentage to any of these three, you need to divide by 100, right? Remember, this percent symbol will indicate it's per 100 or by 100. Per 100 or by 100. Remember this, by 100. So, by 100. With this, we have come to the end of this particular topic. Thanks for watching. If you have liked this video, do press a like and share it. Thank you.